Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you can hear me. My name is Dr. Norma Saleh Barone, and I'm the Vice President for Student Development, and I would like to welcome all our students who have signed in to participate in our Student Town Hall meeting. I will serve as today's facilitator, so I do want to thank everyone who has decided to join us, including our college president, Dr. Sylvia M. Jenkins, as well as several administrators. Before we start with today's town hall meeting, I just want to go over some logistics of our session today. First of all, I want all the attendees to know that you are muted and that this meeting is recorded. With the exception of the attendees, the administrators and those who will be answering today's questions from our students are not muted, so they'll be able to talk. For those of you who just joined our Student Town Hall meeting, if you have questions or comments, please use the question comment icon at the bottom of the screen. I believe it's the fourth icon. So when the college sent out this invitation for our students to join the Students Town Hall meeting, students were given the opportunity to submit questions. As of today at 1 p.m., the college has received about 70 questions. And I see some more questions flowing in as I'm talking. So I appreciate, so keep it coming, everyone. Now, just in case we do not have time to respond to your questions, as I have indicated, this town hall meeting is recorded. It will be made available on the college's website, as well as all of the questions and the responses from the administrators today. Shortly, you will hear from our college president, Dr. Sylvia M. Jenkins, followed by two presentations. The first one will be from Dr. Scott Friedman, who will be giving you an overview of the services that we'll be offering to our students in the fall semester. And then it will be followed by Dr. Cherie Metter, who is going to give an overview of the different models of instruction that the college will be offering this fall. So without further ado, I do want to give an opportunity for all the administrators who have joined us today to introduce themselves. So if we could start with the Vice President of Academic Affairs, followed by her leadership team in alphabetical order. So unmute yourself. And then once the Academic Affairs leadership team have introduced themselves, they will be followed by the deans in student development. And then we will just jump into Dr. Jenkins' welcome and the two presentations. So Dr. Haney.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Pamela Haney, and I am Vice President for Academic Affairs. And at this time, our academic deans will be introducing themselves, starting with our first dean, Dr. Anderson.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cindy Anderson, and I'm the Dean of Academic Development and Outreach.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kiana Battle, and I'm the Dean of Career Programs, and I oversee Mechanical Technologies, Public Services, Nursing, and Health Sciences.
Hello, my name is Wally Franzak. I am Dean of Liberal Arts, and in my area are obviously all the liberal arts, social sciences, communications, fine arts and humanities, and psychology. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tara Jacobs, but you may know it better as the library. Well,
hello, everyone. My name is Michael Morses. I'm the Dean of Learning Enrichment and College Readiness, and some of the programs that I work with are developmental courses, the Tutoring Center, and Adult Basic Education and ESL.
Good afternoon. I am Cherie Metter, and I am over academic services here at Moraine.
Hello?
Dr. Nagel?
I'm sorry,
I'm Steve Papageorge, Executive Director of Corporate Community and Continuing Education.
Dr. Haney, it's Dr. Nagel. I'm sorry, I had a technology problem there. My name is Ryan Nagel, and ironically, I'm the Dean of Science, Business, and Computer Technology, so I fixed a little problem there. But I look forward to answering some questions that our students have, so thank you.
So we'll start with the leadership team in student development. Bill Finn is not able to join us, so the next person.
Good afternoon. This is Scott Friedman, the Dean of Student Engagement, and I'll be one of your presenters today.
Good afternoon. This is Joanne Jenkins. I'm the Dean of Student Success.
Hello, I'm Kent Marshall, the Dean of Students and Compliance Officer, and I'm over the Code of Conduct and Student Life.
Good afternoon. My name is Chet Shaw, Dean of Student Services. Welcome today, and I hope you all are doing well.
Good afternoon. My name is Daryl Williams. I'm the Dean of Enrollment Services. Welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Williams. So without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to our college president, Dr. Sylvia M. Jenkins.
Thank you, Dr. Sga. Thank you to all of the deans, Dr. Haney, Vice President of Academic Affairs, and all of the deans, student development and student development deans. First of all, I want to say they work very, very hard every day to make sure that our college is prepared for you, for the type of college that you, the type of college experience that you deserve. And I just want to say thank you to the students who took the time to call in today to be a part of this. Let me tell you, we have had to do a lot since the middle of March when the state of Illinois decided that we needed to shelter in place, that we needed to move our classes to completely online. Our deans, our faculty, our staff, everybody worked really, really hard to make that turnaround very fast. Given the situation that we're in, the current environment, it is the best for all of us, including you, especially you, that we continue to offer the majority of our classes in a virtual format. I know that is not what most of you would like to have as your college experience. However, your health and safety comes first, because I want you to be able to say, we survived this together. And I want you to do everything in your power to make sure that you keep yourselves safe, that you protect yourselves, that you work and help your family members, your friends. Follow the guidance that the scientists are telling us. Wear your masks. I have a mask. I have several different types of masks. Please, please, when you go out, wear your mask. When you come on campus, wear your mask. Now, the deans will be here to answer your questions. I saw a few of those questions. But our real purpose today is to say to you, we are here for you. We are here to support you. We want you to be successful in college. We want you to be successful here at Moraine Valley. We can't provide you the exact same experiences that we would have if you could be on campus, but we are going to do our best to make this as engaging and continue to provide for you the highest quality of education that we possibly can. But we need your help to talk to your students, talk to your friends, talk to your family members and say, you know, Moraine Valley is a good choice. I have to stay at home this semester, this year to go to college. Why not go to Moraine Valley? Because it's a great college and we will be here to support you. So again, thank you, Dr. Sga for organizing today's town hall. And I will stay on the line to listen to the questions and answers that the students are given. But again, I want to say to you, we are doing everything that we can to support you. We want you to stay here in school. Don't take a gap year. That's not for us. We need to stay in school. Please do. Please tell your friends they need to stay in school, and Moraine Valley is here for you. So thank you. Thank you, Dr. Norma.
Thank you, Dr. Jenkins. So we're going to get started with our presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Norma. Well, welcome again, students. We're so happy to have you today, and I'll be spending about the next 10 minutes providing an overview of our student development services. First off, where do you get information on fall semester and the campus services that are available? Since March, when the college was forced to shelter in place, we've provided information for students on your MV Connect student portal. Today, you can easily find all of the Q&A that departments have provided, along with contact information on the online learning and services link in MV Connect. Additionally, all student development departments have been providing remote services since mid-March, and many departments are beginning to offer in-person services again, which we will discuss today. First off is our Athletics and Health, Fitness, and Recreation Center. Athletics has over 12 teams, and in the college's history has won over 40 conference championships. The sports that will be running this fall are men's golf, women's tennis, and both men's and women's cross country. The Fit Rec, our on-campus fitness facility, is a large building that has many different opportunities for health and wellness. With over 110 pieces of equipment and a full pool, students are here and using the space regularly. You should know that for full-time students, access to the Fit Rec is free. It's included with your college tuition and fees. The Fit Rec Center has been open since the beginning of the month, and we encourage you to check out their website for any current rules on how to access the center. Next up is the Code of Conduct in Student Life. Housed out of Building U, Code of Conduct works to ensure that students have appropriate behavior on campus. From the MV Connect student portal, you can find additional information under Resources, Student Services, and Code of Conduct. Many forms and policies are listed here that all students should know about. Also in Building U is our Student Life. This is where the fun happens at the college. On MV Connect, you can find out more by going to Resources, Student Services, and Student Life. You'll find a list of clubs and organizations that serve a number of different purposes for students. A couple of notes for upcoming things. The Student Government Association Book Scholarship is accepting applications, and they're due on August 3rd. And if you're interested, on July 29th, tomorrow at 2 p.m., will be a Black Lives Matter movement program. Next up is our Enrollment Services area. Enrollment Services is housed on the first floor of Building S. Departments include admissions, financial aid, and registration and records. In addition, Enrollment Services works closely with our Children's Learning Center, also housed in Building S. The Children's Learning Center is a state-licensed daycare and preschool for students ages 2 through 5. If you have a young child, we encourage you to check out the college's opportunities here to serve those students. Important notes: staff and enrollment services are assisting students both on campus and remotely. For students utilizing financial aid, you can view any missing financial aid documents easily through the MV Connect student portal. Under the self-service menu, click on Financial Aid. If you are missing any documents, you'll be able to upload those documents directly through MV Connect so that financial aid can process your file. Also, if you have earned college credit from another college or university that you would like to have evaluated toward your Moraine Valley certificate or degree, once you've sent your official transcript, the records office is providing very quick 1 to 2 day turnaround on transcript evaluations. All right, student engagement. This is the subdivision that I oversee, and we live mostly on the second floor of S. The departments include the Academic Advising Center, Center for Disability Services, the Counseling and Career Development Center, our Human Development courses, New Student Orientation, Study Abroad, and the Transfer Center. Some of the tips that we want to share with you. It's critical to meet with an academic advisor every semester. In order to stay on track and make sure that you graduate, we want you to take the correct courses. Academic advisors are here, both remotely and through limited in-person appointments, to help make sure that you are taking the right courses toward your certificate or degree and toward transfer. Particularly if you're in your first year or new to Moraine Valley, we encourage you to ask an academic advisor about guaranteed transfer partnerships, making it much easier for you to transfer from Moraine Valley to your four-year university and have guaranteed advising and many other benefits. Our counselors are here to assist with confidential academic, career, and personal counseling. The counselors do support students as well who experience financial crises. We have a food pantry here at Moraine Valley where we can help students and your families with additional food that you might need. We also work directly with the Moraine Valley Foundation to support students who run into a financial emergency. If you're an undecided student and not sure about your major or career path, we encourage you to take our HDV 111 career planning course. This course is generally offered in an 8-week format, and you'll take different career assessments and learn about what career fields might be best for you. And for any of our students with disabilities, we are providing support services and accommodations to all students with disabilities, both remotely and for any particular in-person needs we're scheduling with those students. So please do make sure to connect with Disability Services staff for any of your needs this fall. Next up is the Student Services Subdivision, also housed on the second floor of Building S. International Student Affairs, the Job Resource Center, Multicultural Student Affairs, TRIO Student Support Services, as well as 2 other TRIO programs that help serve students before they get to Moraine Valley. International Student Affairs is the hub for all of our students who travel from other countries to study at Moraine Valley. Not only do they provide academic support, but International Student Affairs also assists with the host home program and cultural and social activities. The Job Resource Center is your place in order to get help finding a job or seeking on-campus employment. Additionally, JRC staff help with resume and cover letter reviews, mock interviews, and also internship opportunities. Multicultural Student Affairs is our department that works primarily with students of color and students of limited English. MSA staff provide academic advising support, scholarship searches, peer study groups, and social activities. One item in particular is our Dream Mentoring program that connects our diverse students with faculty and staff here at the college as a means of support throughout their time at the college. TRIO Student Support Services is geared toward our first generation, low income, and students with disabilities. This federally funded program provides advising, college and cultural experiences, peer study support, workshops, and scholarship searches. The Student Success Subdivision is housed in Building G. 2 of the departments that we're highlighting today are Testing Services and our Veterans Resource Center. Testing Services is responsible for helping administer and monitor tests that come from all of your classes, as well as any other certification or licensing exams that the college offers. A special note for our new students. Testing Services has been offering placement testing. Most students are taking advantage of our placement testing online on their own computer from home, but there are limited on-campus appointments as well. You can learn more by calling Testing Services at 708-974-5309 or by sending an email to testingservices@morainevalley.edu. The Veterans Resource Center is the hub for all veterans, active duty military, and any dependents who are using veterans benefits. Veterans Resource Center staff are available to support all of our students remotely or also by limited in-person appointments. In order to learn more, you can contact the Veterans Resource Center at 708-608-4144. At this time, I'd like to ask my colleague, Dr. Sheree Metter, to take over and provide a fall semester overview.
Thank you, Dr. Friedman. And good afternoon, everyone. Welcome again. I will spend the next few minutes providing an overview of the fall 2020 semester and the class delivery modalities that will be offered. Moraine Valley in the fall semester will offer class formats in three delivery modes. We'll have online, virtual, and hybrid. Online classes will be mostly asynchronous experiences for students. And for these classes, we will use Canvas or other technology to deliver course content, communicate, or facilitate any other information from that particular class. And for the virtual classes, these will be offered in real time. These are online sessions that require the student to work remotely, but there are set days and times. So for these particular classes, you are not required to come on campus, but the classes will be delivered at a set day and time remotely. And this is also a blend of synchronous and asynchronous learning. There will be real-time videos. We will also use Canvas and other technology to deliver course content. For the hybrid classes, these are mostly asynchronous classes. And what that means is that you don't have any set times to be online, but there are set times and days for you to come on campus. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes. For the hybrid classes, we will also use Canvas or other technology. And again, as I mentioned, you are scheduled to come on campus for face-to-face meetings for the hybrid. But the hybrid also has a component which is online, and that portion is asynchronous. Okay, so to help you identify class delivery options, I've provided an example here. And what you'll see is the first example is a hybrid class. And this is the example is History 101. And for this particular class, you'll notice that you have all the information you need to come on campus. So you have the days of the week, you have the time, and you also have a room number. And you'll also note that there is a start date. So for every class we offer, there's always a start date indicating the first day of the class and the last day of the class for that particular semester. And so you'll notice that this one is August 24th. It ends on December 11th, which is a Friday. And you would come to campus Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 a.m. and meet in building A, room 131. It's important to note that for hybrid, you must go at the scheduled time. So the schedule indicates the days and times. If anything changes, your instructor will also notify you, but please be aware that you have to check your schedule and go to campus only on the set times that you're scheduled. For the virtual example here, you'll notice that this, again, you have the start date and you have the end date for the class, but it also states that it's virtual. So for this particular example, it says virtual in all in lower and uppercase letters there right before the days of the week. You would go to this class Monday, Wednesday, Friday. For logging in, I'm sorry, let me be clear with virtual. For virtual, you would log in on these particular days. So that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It'll say online, and this particular class, you would log in at 7 a.m. So for virtual, you are not required to come to campus at all, but you are required and expected to log in at that particular time for this class and be an active participant as well. For the online classes, these are traditional online classes. They are asynchronous. You'll notice that you have the start and the end date for those, but you don't have a specific room number because you are logging in remotely online. So just to recap, hybrid is an option for you if you would like to come to campus or if the class requires you to come to campus. For hybrid for the fall semester, these are mostly CTE, career and technical education classes. And for the virtual classes, you would log in remotely. You are required to log in at a very specific time and days that are set on the schedule. And then for the online option, it's asynchronous. This allows for some flexibility. You are not required to come on campus. Okay, and just to give you a few key dates and information here, the academic calendar will be updated on the student portal this week. And a few key dates to just keep in mind is that the semester officially starts August 10th. Again, most of the classes that start on August 10th will be career and technical education courses. These courses may be in 8 or 16-week formats. The second key date is August 24th. This again is a start date for many of our classes that may be 8 or 16 weeks. And then the semester will end officially December 11th, which is a Friday, and that is the last official day of the semester. For the fall semester, we will maintain a 16-week class schedule or semester. And what that means is that we will not have a 17th week finals week. Final exams will occur within the 16th week during class time. That is an instructional week. And again, your instructor will provide you with details if it's applicable to your class, about your final exam. For hybrid classes that would meet on campus, and again, that will be specified on your schedule, you will not come to campus for any hybrid class after November 24th. November 25th starts the Thanksgiving break, and so we will not have students on campus after November 24th. I want to sort of note here that although the class will not meet on campus after November 24th, if it's a hybrid, the end date is what you would need to pay attention to, because the end date can be after November 24th. So the semester again ends December 11th. And that just means that for that hybrid course, the remainder of the coursework is delivered online in an asynchronous model. And then last, I want to point out that this plan is very fluid. We are adhering to IDPH, CDC, and ICCD guidelines on ensuring your safety and capacity for classes so that we can safely social distance during hybrid classes. And so we are paying close attention as things change. And if they do change, you will surely be informed. But as of right now, this is, to the best of our knowledge, a plan that we think will be effective for our students in the fall semester.
Thank you, Dr. Madder. Guess what, students? It is now our time to answer your questions. So as I've indicated, as of 1 p.m. today, we've received 70 questions. We have about 30 minutes before our town hall meeting ends. So we'll try to go through those questions as quickly and as many as we can. But again, as I've indicated previously, this town hall meeting is recorded. Your questions and the answers from the administrators will be posted on the college website. So we'll start with the first one. What happens if there's a live lecture and I'm occupied with work?
So if there is a live lecture, which is likely to be during a virtual class, you are expected to be available for the class that you've registered for. So that's why we've indicated the dates and times. So it's as if you were, at home in front of your computer, you must be logged in, and that is a requirement for that particular class. So the expectation is that you are available if you've registered for that class. If the instructor decides to record that, there is a chance that the instructor will make that available to you. So that's a question that you can ask that particular instructor if, for instance, you can't make that class session on that day.
We've also received several questions about bio. So I'm going to read one question that encompasses quite of the few inquiries today. I'm registered for Bio 180 with the lab. I received a student email stating that my course will no longer be offered as a hybrid course, but all online. Will there be a specific day and time that I will have to log in online? What day and time will the lecture take place? Will there be different days and times offered to accommodate the changes in the original schedule?
I can talk a little bit about the specific situation with Bio 180 and then broadly about science labs. So looking at Bio 180, Anatomy and Physiology, most course sections will be online asynchronous sections. There will be 1 or 2 virtual sections. So most of the time you will not need to be at a specific place or time for the lecture. If you're an online, of course, it's asynchronous, but if virtual, you will have to be, as Dr. Metter mentioned earlier, at a specific place and time. I know there's also a lot of questions about labs. Before, in normal circumstances, labs is a hands-on experience with a group usually with 4 people sharing equipment, et cetera. Obviously, that's not something we can do under current CDC and public health guidelines. Most science lab courses will have remote labs. Students will need to purchase lab kits through the bookstore that can be either mailed to them or they can pick up, and they will be receiving direction from the faculty member through Canvas and through the lab kit directions so that they are experiencing the hands-on component of a science lab, but doing it in a remote way. There's only one exception in science. We are offering organic chemistry on campus. And we will be, there will be 8 students in a in the chemistry lab that's designed for 32 students. Each student will have a separate equipment, separate supplies, separate fume hood. So we really are able to practice social distancing. Students will be wearing masks. Students will have safety goggles. And I'm sure later we'll talk about some of how you come to campus for any class. But those are some of the guidelines and some of the basics about how labs will be done. So most of it will be remote through lab kits, labs, with a few exceptions.
Okay, next question is about schedules. When will we receive our schedules for fall semester? So this is a little bit, not sure what schedule our students referring to, but if you're referring to our printed credit schedule, marketing has mailed it to our students as well as the districts in our districts about 2 weeks ago. You can also find our course offerings for the fall online as well as on our college website. You can always call our registration office if you need further information. But if you're referring to how can you find out or view the schedule of your courses that you have registered for, you need to log on your student portal and then look at search under your schedule. If you still have further questions, just give student development staff members a call who will help you through that. The next question is, what online video platforms will be used during the fall semester?
I can answer that question. The college supports WebEx as their video platform, and to help students as well as our faculty to make it easier, we have integrated WebEx into Canvas. So it's easier to access it as you are using it in your course. If any students have any questions about how to use WebEx once they're in their Canvas course, we can refer them to the help desk on the main campus. And the number for the help desk is 708-608-HELP.
There are several questions about books and how to acquire books. Some of the questions include, how do I know what books I need for my classes? How would we be able to pick books out for the classes that we're taking? And how will I be able to buy the textbooks that I need for my classes?
Thank you, Dr. Norma. Well, what we recommend for all students to confirm the books that you need for class is go to the bookstore website at books.morainevalley.edu. When you're on the bookstore website and you scroll down, there are links that you can find the books that you need for your class. Directly in the middle of the page, right above, there's some Moraine Valley swag items. There's a link that says find your textbooks. Each faculty member has previously submitted the required and optional textbooks to the bookstore. And so all you have to do is go in, select the course prefix, number, and section number for your faculty member to find the books. Additionally, the bookstore is not physically open, but is still providing books through 2 options. The first, if you order early enough ahead of time, the bookstore will ship books free of charge. So that can be a great savings to you. We are also offering curbside pickup Monday through Thursday. And all that you need to do once you've received your confirmation from the bookstore is drive to campus outside of Building D where the bookstore is located. There are 2 different phone numbers on the bookstore website that you can call. You provide your confirmation number and bookstore staff will walk your books out to you so you can sign and collect them.
Next question. I'm enrolled into the BNet program for fall 2020, which includes clinicals and in-person labs. What is Moraine Valley's policy if a student gets sick from COVID-19, specifically during such a program that requires us to be in direct contact with a variety of people with the potential exposure of COVID-19? We understand the regular policy in relation to medical issues. Is there anything specifically being done to address if we get sick during BNet? I want to apply for nursing in the spring, and I am worried that this class may not get finished, that I won't be able to apply without it being done, as it is a requirement. I think that due to the current circumstances, this class should be waived for admission into nursing.
Thank you for that question. Very good questions, Dr. Norma. So I'll start. I know there's several different questions involved in this. So I'll try to pick it apart as best as I can. So if a student contracts COVID while they're enrolled in BNAT during the fall semester, that student, based off of Maraine's policy, would be required to remain off campus and continue their learning remotely. BNAT currently is a hybrid class, so the labs are on campus and the instruction, the lecture portion of that instruction is on campus. But if the student contracts COVID, then they'd have to also complete the lab component online until they're cleared to come back to campus after the 14 days or until they are able to provide proof of a negative COVID test. In terms of attending clinical, none of our students will be allowed to be around any COVID positive or suspected COVID positive patients. So with that being said, hopefully our students will not be exposed to COVID patients at the clinical site. In terms of keeping students safe at the clinical site, students will be required to wear PPE, which would include facial masks. Masks are required, however, facial shields will be optional. And the last question, I believe, was if BNAT could no longer be required as a requirement for admissions into the nursing program. And unfortunately, that is a requirement that has to remain as part of the entrance into the nursing program. So that will not be removed at this time. I hope I covered all of those questions.
Thank you, Dr. Battle.
Thank you.
The next one. If I have a class that is set on campus, will I need a Moraine ID? And if I do, where do I go to get one since the office is closed?
Thank you, Dr. Norma. ID is not required in order for the class attendance. However, ID is required if you want to do certain things like check out the library, etc. Starting next month, August 3rd, different departments across the campus will be on campus schedule. Enrollment services specifically will be here on Mondays and Tuesdays from 8 o'clock a.m. to 7:45 p.m. So if you need an ID, please give admissions a call at area code 708-974-5355 to schedule an appointment, and we will gladly get you an ID. Or if you're in the area, stop by. And when you go to S Street or the S building, the first desk you see is our admissions representative or admissions staff, and she or he will be able to assist you with that function as well.
At all for virtual learners?
Yes, hi, I can answer that question. So many campus areas will be open in the fall. There will be different hours that you may have expected in the past for you to access the department. So I suggest that you first check their website to verify what hours they will be on campus. Many departments will be open by August 24th. Many departments are also requesting that you have an appointment in advance before coming to campus. So check it as well to book an appointment. There will also not be food services on the campus. So please be sure you're prepared for that on campus when you come. The library I can speak to specifically. The library will be open starting August 24th. It will be open Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Fridays 4. That you to 1 hour and be wearing your mask when you come to campus. That's a really important part of that piece, and we're happy to help you with anything else you need assistance with.
Tara, we kind of lost you a little bit. Could you repeat the times that the library is open, because you got a little static there?
Sure, of course. So the library will be open Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturdays, 9 to 3. And Sundays from noon to 4. Those hours are always available on the library website at lib.morainevalley.edu.
Thank you, Tara. That was so much better, so much clearer. So the next question, I'm kind of, we have very caring students who care about our financial situation. Has the school lost or saved money being closed down on campus? Dr. Haney, do you mind taking that question?
Not at all. Thank you, Dr. Norma. Let me just say this. With the pandemic, we do know intuitively that there have been some losses with a decline in our enrollment. However, we have seen some cost savings in operations that we have closed and some that are not fully functioning. But I would like to say, though, that in the midst of all of this, whether there are losses or savings, that Moraine Valley is committed to making sure that we continue to run our services and continue to have opportunities for our students on the campus. So we're doing our best to do everything to keep things moving along. And I just want to say that despite some decline in enrollment, whether it's losses, whether there are gains, we are committed to the services for our students.
The next question. What future emergency measures or precautions will be implemented to make sure we're safe as well as able to keep up with the momentum of college life?
Okay, so I'll take this one as well. So Moraine Valley, we have a return to work committee, and then also they work collaboratively with our campus operations team to ensure the safety of our students and staff and faculty, and then just to also make sure that we're following the guidelines as outlined by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, also our Illinois Community College Board and our Illinois Department of Public Health. So we have measures in place such as making sure that there is social distancing going on, making sure that people are wearing their masks, and also making sure that we are providing the appropriate PPE in all of the classes where our students will be attending. So we also are working to make sure that any new guidelines that come about, that we make sure that we review those and implement those on campus. And so we are following all measures and making sure that we keep up as we are updated by the governor and by the Illinois Department of Public Health.
So the next question, is there a program underway to make sure no one's marginalized, especially low-income students?
I can take that one, Dr. Nora. Thanks. That's a great question. As we know, marginalization of low-income students, that didn't begin with the pandemic, but I think that the pandemic just put a spotlight on the inequities that already exist. But at Moraine Valley, we have always had programs and services in place to address students with special needs, such as low income, first generation. So we're really prepared for that. And specific to the pandemic, we have 2 federal programs that came out of the CARES Act to provide students with resources and services that they need to be successful in their classes. So, and in addition to those resources like hotspots and laptops. So we're working really hard. We have a team of people who surveyed our students and found out that there are some students that don't have the technology. So we're working really hard as a team and as a college to provide that for those students so that they can continue their education. In addition, the college, as some of my colleagues have said, is offering face-to-face services for students who prefer not to or just don't have the access to access those services online. So if you have issues with either not having a computer or not internet, we suggest that you call us. Our counseling department is here to serve you too. If you have income, if you are a lower income student and you don't have that technology, they can put you in touch with those of us who can see what we can do to help you do to access the college and continue your education to be successful.
Thank you. So next one, how can I get a hold of an advisor?
Thank you, Dr. Norma. Academic advisors have been available remotely since mid-March, and advisors can meet with you via phone or WebEx quite easily. In order to request one of those appointments, please call 708-974-5721 and leave a message. An advisor will get back to you quickly. You can also send an email to advising@morainevalley.edu. And starting on next Monday, the 3rd, for Mondays and Tuesdays going forward from 8:30 a.m. until 7:30 p.m., there will be limited on-campus advising appointments available. Again, those need to be pre-scheduled. So if you are interested in a face-to-face, please call 708-974-5721 to make that request.
Next question, how can I take my TEAS exam?
I'll take that one also. Our nursing department has actually waived the TEAS exam for the fall semester and the spring semester. However, when the college does resume specialized tests, licensure testing like the TEAS exam, there are certain certificate programs, CNA exam. When the college does resume those testing, we will be adhering to all the public health and CDC guidelines as far as social distancing and face coverings. We will be offering those face-to-face on appointment only basis to make sure that we accommodate all the students and that the requirements according to public health is adhered to.
Okay, next question, how will digital art classes work? Do we have to buy our own equipment or apps?
Thank you, Dr. Norma. Great question. It's going to be basically all online. There will be a few exceptions of those classes being offered virtual. You'll need an iPad, a desktop, or a laptop for this class. We also have iPads for rental for $50 for the semester that students would be able to rent. Software is all free. If you rent an iPad, the software will already be loaded for you. But if you have your own hardware, the technology could be downloaded.
Okay, if public schools open this fall for in-class sessions, will Moraine also go from online to in-class? So you've heard from Dr. Matter, we've had the 3 different models for fall classes. And the next question is, will the campus be open at all? So you've heard from Dr. Jacobson that the library will be open, and from the student development deans, we have limited face-to-face services Monday and Tuesdays from 8:30 to 7:30. So some of the areas will be available for students. So please check our website or give us a call, okay? The next question, are we allowed on campus to see advisors, or the campus is completely shut down? So Dr. Friedman sort of answered the question already. So is there anything else you want to add, Dr. Friedman?
No, I've answered that already, but again, our preference, if you do have technology and we can meet with you either via WebEx on a computer or by phone, we'll be happy to do that. If not, please contact academic advising so we can discuss further a pre-scheduled appointment.
Okay, the next question is about this session. Will it be recorded and posted to view at a later time? As I've indicated, yes, this town hall meeting is recorded. All the questions submitted and posted in Q&A will be posted on the website along with the responses from the administrators. Next question, number 26. I have one hybrid virtual class. Is there any kind of attendance?
Yes, I can take that. Thank you, Dr. Norma. There may be several of these classes will have different attendance policies. Oftentimes our more rigorous courses, we know that attendance is one of the very best predictors of grades. And also an interesting benefit in all this process is there's a lot of good research that says hybrid classes create more student and instructor interaction because students need to make sure they're on the right page before they go off into the online section of the course. So we want to take advantage of that, but that will vary by class and that will be stated succinctly in the syllabus.
The next question is about missing. If I missed any of online conference, will that affect my grades in that class? So Mr. Michael Marshes have answered that question. Dr. Haney, is there anything else you would like to add?
No, just to reiterate that make sure that you are reading your syllabus that you get from your instructor and make sure that you're following the guidelines of the syllabus. And if you have any questions, make sure that you reach out to your instructor.
Okay, next one, with the changes in the workplace, many continuing to be virtual about accepting interns being limited. How will the programs that require internships for the rest of the 2020 to 2021 year be handled going forward?
Dr. Norma, I can take that one. We have several programs across campus that do require an internship. I can think of in business, in office technology, for example. What I would tell students to do is if they're at the point where they need a required internship, they should know who their program coordinator or department chair is, and they should reach out to the program coordinator or the internship coordinator and kind of figure out what the solution is that's specific to their program area. So I think it's really going to vary by program. So please reach out to the internship coordinator, the faculty for the internship course, the department chair, whoever you maybe have a relationship with, and one of them will be able to kind of help you through that.
Okay, next question. Will we still need books and other handheld material if classes are online?
Question. It is likely that students will need books for online courses. The best way for students to find out what materials that they will need for their online course is through their instructor. So you could email your instructor if you have that information, and your best information will be on the syllabus that your instructor gives to you on the first day of class, if books are required for your course.
Okay, so the next one, if a student or professor is diagnosed with COVID-19, will the students and professors who have been in class with that person be informed? And what will be the plan for the classes affected by this?
Question, yes. So if a student or an instructor has COVID-19, those that are in the class will be notified by the dean of the subdivision area, and then we will also be given instructions regarding the class. So let's say, for example, if there's a 14-day quarantine, you will be notified, and then that course, if you're in face-to-face doing a hybrid, then your course will resume online, and you will continue your studies that way. But once again, you will be notified by the dean and given further instructions.
Hey, I'm having a huge problem with completing my FAFSA application. Can anyone from the school help me?
Yes, Dr. Norma. Currently, the financial aid staff is available remotely, and starting next week, we'll be on campus, and a student can call 708-974-5726 to schedule an appointment to take care of the issues with the FAFSA in person, or they can handle most issues over the telephone. Also, if they log into their NV Connect and go under self-service and financial aid, they'll be able to see a financial aid checklist to see where they are in the process, to see also see if there are any other needed documents to make their package complete.
Thank you. I have no internet access for the fall semester. Will I be able to use the computers or the library in the fall of 2020?
Yes, I can answer that question for you. The library will be open the hours I mentioned previously. You can always check our library website, but obviously if you don't have Wi-Fi, that's hard to do. So you can call us at 708-974-5234 and you'll get a live librarian to talk to help you with any of those problems or questions you have. The library also has limited access to Wi-Fi hotspots. You can contact us and see if one of those are available for you to check out. You'll just need a state ID to verify your identity, and you can even do curbside pickup to get that item. The campus also has Wi-Fi around campus, so even if you can't be in the library or you're not, you've exceeded the 1 hour time limit that we're offering, you can use other Wi-Fi in public spaces on our campus.
I'm studying in the website design program. Will those classes be online or in person this fall?
Most of the classes in the website design program will be online. Just so the students know, that program did undergo a prefix change. So those used to be MIS courses. They're now CIS courses. And if you look at CIS courses on the fall schedule, we do have 2 that will have as hybrid sections because they use video editing software that most students would not be able to do on their home computers. So if you are registered for one of the video editing Adobe website design courses in CIS, I would encourage you to outreach to the faculty member to better understand how that course is going to work.
Okay, this one. Is it easy to take online classes? Question number 35. Is it easy to take online classes? Since we have so many courses being offered online. So anybody wants to take that one?
I will take that one. Sometimes students fall into the trap that think that taking online classes is going to be easy, but they're very similar to face-to-face classes and sometimes more difficult. I think you have to be very structured. I think you have to stay on top of all the deadlines, especially when you're taking 4 or 5 of them. And sometimes you have to reach out to the faculty to be successful because they don't see you every day. So if there's some issue, it's important that you let them know. So I do not think that they are easy classes. I think online is difficult. I've taken a couple myself, and you really have to be diligent.
Thank you, Dr. Franzek. Next question. Since Tylenol and Motrin can mask a fever, what steps other than temperature checks will be used in screening individuals for potentially having COVID-19 that are entering campus buildings and classrooms? That's a difficult question.
So for students coming to campus, we have what we would call sort of like our self-screening that will take place. So students will be able to go onto the portal, and then they will have like a health assessment form that's on the portal, which will have drop-down functions, and they will answer a series of questions. Once they submit that form, the students will be notified if they are allowed to come to campus or not allowed to come to campus. Also, the instructor will receive this information as well. It will be on the portal. Students will be receiving more communication about it before classes start. And you will have the full instructions as to how to go to their portal, access the health assessment form, and complete that.
Next question. What clubs or societies at Moraine Valley offer scholarship?
There are some clubs that contribute to scholarship funds, but more importantly, all scholarships can be found through our foundation office. And you can search scholarships on the main website, or you can look under cost and aid on the college's main site, and you can find the application process there. Also, let me reiterate what Scott talked about earlier. Don't forget about the Sga Book Scholarship. The application can be found online through the Student Life portal. It's up to $200 towards books for students who are selected. And it is due on August the 3rd. That's Monday of next week. And please note that it does require a short essay and a letter of recommendation, but feel free to apply for that.
I know it's a little bit past 4, but since we started a little bit late, I'm going to try and get through a few more questions. Okay, so the next one. Where can I get help for things such as writing, math, and speaking?
I think there's two of us that will handle this question. I'll start and then Michael could chime in. Our area oversees the Speaking and Writing Center, and it's a great resource for students. It's an A258. This summer, we've been doing virtual one-on-ones with students for writing and their speeches. When fall comes around, we'll be doing them virtual. We'll also be taking appointments. It's really nice because there's a mix of people that help you. We have faculty there, and then we also have peer mentors. So they're your colleagues. So you'll be working with students, and the students will sit down with you and work through your papers and help you come up with ideas. It's a center where they're there to help. They won't do your work for you, but they'll definitely help you along and look at your paper and give you suggestions. And they also help with speeches. So they'll help you with your outlines, and we have a podium in the back where you can run through your speeches with a colleague. And we also have faculty there that oversee the program. So I really encourage you. Students love it. We've seen over 100 students virtually this summer. Normally during the semester, we see probably about 1,900 students. So students use it pretty readily. So I really encourage you to take advantage of that. Once again, they're an A258, and their email address can be found on our website.
Yes, we also have our tutoring center that can help with math and sciences, writing in specific subjects and languages. We have online tutors that take reservations, and you can go, when you log into the website, you can go to resources, academic services, click on the tutoring center, and you can make appointments. We're also looking at possibly making some face-to-face interventions for the fall for small groups and one-on-one, but that's not ready yet.
Okay, I'm going to try and squeeze at least 5 more questions, but I'm going to condense those questions. Dr. Friedman, see if you can answer these 2 questions. Where can I get help for four-year college entrance for things such as researching colleges and how to properly transfer to them, as well as if we're willing to apply for degree seeking, what are the procedures to enroll for a 2-year course, and where can we take the transfer program?
Thanks, Dr. Norma. I'll start with the second question first, everyone. So if you are a degree-seeking student earning an associate degree under a number of different names and fields, or you're planning to transfer from Moraine Valley to earn a bachelor's degree, we consider you a degree-seeking student. Once you apply to the college, you'll receive information about a 2-step orientation process, which we're currently providing completely remotely. And then we'll help you get registered for your coursework. You will need to complete placement requirements, and you'll take College 101 your first semester for most students. In terms of transferring, we ask that all students work directly with an academic advisor and meet with an advisor at least every semester. There are a number of transfer agreements, I mentioned those before, that allow you to seamlessly transfer from Moraine Valley to many of the universities in greater Chicagoland. And so we encourage you to find out more, because some of those transfer agreements, you must complete an application. And then there are scholarships that might be available, as well as early advising. So talk with a Moraine Valley academic advisor to learn more.
Okay, it's 4:05, so I'm going to end the fun questions. So pertaining to fun things that would happen in the fall. Are we going to have Fall Fest and Welcome Days back at Moraine Valley Community College? If so, what kind of different fun events are there going to be?
All right, glad you asked that. Our manager of student life is working very hard at scheduling some virtual programming that will give our students the opportunity to meet other students, to enhance their leadership skills, to help promote a sense of belonging, because that is so important for our students, even remotely. She is also working on a virtual club and organization fair to learn about how to get involved with clubs. And so that would take the place of Fall Fest, so that students can learn what types of clubs are meeting remotely and what types of events that they would be promoting. Also, again, lots of things that she's working on. One thing that we're in the process of starting to look at is possibly a drive-in movie early in the semester, so that we can do some proper social distancing, but still have some fun together. So be on the lookout through social media and through the Student Life portal page for information.
Okay, so it is about 4:07, and I would like to end our town hall meeting. Once again, I want to thank all of our students. I believe there is at least 134 students who have logged on to join in our student town hall meeting. So will all the administration please give our students a round of applause for being present with us today. We had 75 questions and there were still questions coming in. Again, to remind our wonderful students that this session is being recorded. All of what your questions and answers will be posted on the college website. Before we end, I just want to point you guys out to the last slide that you can see on your screen. If you feel that you have additional questions, feel free to email us at questions@morainevalley.edu. And once again, I want to reiterate Dr. Jenkins' statements to all of our students that the college, every single employee is here for our students. This has been a challenging time for everybody, but students know that all of us are here for you. All of us want you to be successful, and we want to help you stay on track to complete your education. Do not take a gap year, even if you take one class. Join us in student life engagement activities, contact counseling, contact any of the deans that you've been able to be introduced to today at today's session. We look forward to hearing and seeing you in the fall. Have a wonderful evening, and once again, thank you so much for being with us today.